Hello, everyone, and good evening. Welcome to Reality Hour. I am your host, Adam Samuel, and Dancing with the Stars, new season. We're here. Grace is here. Grace, how you doing today?
I'm doing okay. I'm very, very tired, but I'm looking forward to a 3-day weekend because of a holiday that I don't celebrate.
I do celebrate it.
For those of you who do, Happy New Year. And also happy that Dancing with the Stars is back, and happy to be here once a week to chat about it until Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Happy Rosh Hashanah to those celebrating. This is like the Jewish concentration of holidays these next couple of weeks. There's just one after the other, and a lot going on, but a lot also going on Dancing with the Stars. This is season, what is it? 30,
31.
40 with a 4.
31.
Oh, a lot of dancing. A lot of dancing. But yeah, we have a whole new crop of contestants. We had 16 performances. We had an elimination. There is a lot to get through. So
We
Grace,
also have a new home.
I guess that's where we should start. What did you think about the shift from primetime? Well, I guess it still technically was primetime TV to primetime streaming.
Well, first of all, it was good for ABC because Monday Night Football killed the ratings. So it was good for ABC. Probably means Dancing with the Stars will stay on Disney Plus until it inevitably ends. But yeah, they had a 3.5 share. The last time Dancing with the Stars had a share that high was the season 14 premiere.
Wait, so that's good?
Well, it's good for ABC because they're getting more ratings from football than they have from Dancing with the Stars in 10 years. But no, it was also the first ever. Shut up, iPad. It was the first ever live stream show on Disney Plus, and strangely enough, nothing catastrophically bad happened.
I gotta be honest. So I started watching the show, and about like 10, 15 minutes in, I didn't know what, but I was waiting for something. Like I was watching the show, and I'm like, okay, something's supposed to be happening, and it's not. And I'm kind of like looking around. I'm like, what am I missing? And then it finally hit me. There were no commercials. And I was like, I guess I was waiting for the opportunity to, like, I don't know, get up and stretch or whatever. But so bizarre not having commercials here. And I kind of missed them. like when I watch these shows, like especially a live show like this, I like that break. Whenever the commercials come on, that's when you take out your phone, you go look on Twitter, you go look on Reddit, you go see what's going on. And there was no chance to. It felt, I gotta be honest, I didn't like that. I was watching it now as a result, and I was like, I felt like I didn't have a chance to breathe. I was just like, it's nonstop. What did you think about that? Did that bother you at all?
It did at first because it was pretty full on, but then I realized, like, okay, I can go get a snack when the judges are talking. I can go get a snack while the couples are up in the skybox talking to Alfonso. Like, later on, there's going to be some, like, group numbers or stuff like that. Like, that would be a good time. But, like, you're right. Like, what if I need a snack? What if I need to go to the bathroom? What if I need to get a drink? Like,
there's no stop it. It's just, you're just...
I was also like worried about it because like the crew uses the commercials to clear the set, and Jordan Sparks first
exactly
with a big balloon drop, and I'm like, they have to clear that in 55 seconds.
How did they do? Like, I can only also just imagine, like, on a production level, just you have no break. You have maybe like the couple of minutes when they're in the box talking to Alfonso. Like
yeah,
geez,
that's the whole reason they brought the skybox back. But
and what did you think?
Also, Alfonso's first show as the co-host. Good job.
I mean, I feel like we have a bit of a low bar for hosts these days. Like when you look at who we've had in the past, like he's definitely in the top, but it's also nothing really that special. He's just not bad. That's kind of,
I know, but like for one thing, I'm pretty sure the main reason he's there is to take over Tyra's spot either next season or somewhere down the line.
Exactly. Yep.
And a lot of people I know are speculating the same thing.
It wouldn't be a bad idea. I mean, Tyra's kind of got to be pretty expensive. So,
Well, I know Alfonso himself actually stated that he didn't want to be the host of Dancing with the Stars with Tom getting fired. Like when he took over AFV, Tom left. Dancing with the Stars, Tom was fired. So he didn't want it in that way, which I don't blame him for. I mean, it's kind of not the best way to get your big break. But I hope he stays. I mean, he has to. We can't vote him off.
Yeah. Well,
If
what
we
did you
could,
think?
we would have voted Tyra off 3 years ago or 2 years ago. But
What did you think of the actual episode?
I thought it was a good episode. It was kind of nice to see, like, other than the fact that there were no commercials, like nothing really, and like the skybox was back, which we haven't had since the Tom Bergeron era. Nothing really felt new. Like it didn't feel like a completely different show. So that was actually good because I'm one of those weirdos who doesn't like change at all. At least I admit it. So I was kind of happy that the show still felt familiar.
I also noticed none of the performances ended up on YouTube.
Yeah, that was weird too. Like I was looking for Viennese because like I barely watched it the first time, and I had to like go back and watch it on Disney Plus. So a lot of people are complaining about that, but maybe it's Disney Plus trying to sneakily try to sell us into subscribing.
Well, let's actually talk about the performances. Like I said, there are 16 of them. So this is I think we might go a little rapid fire on some of these just because there's just too much. But kicking us off, we got Jordan and Brandon doing the cha-cha. What did you think?
I know, like when she claimed she had never danced before, I'm like, that's kind of bull hockey. Like maybe she's never been formally trained, but she's done Broadway, she's done music videos where there's a little bit of movement. I know, like she's not known for like being Jennifer Lopez type dancer, thankfully, but see, when you have talent, you don't need stuff like that. Just saying. Anyway, first week, I thought she did a good job. I did.
She was giving me the vibes of like bottom tier of the top tier, if that makes sense.
Yeah, a lot of people are already predicting that she could be a dark horse in the competition. There were times where it could have been sharper, especially in her feet. I know Derek actually mentioned that. But for the first week, I thought she was good, a little stiff, but that'll come with time. And she ended up getting 2 7s, 2 6s. I thought that was totally fair.
Yeah, but like I said, I don't think she's like a 5th or 4th placer right now.
Yeah, she's the type right now that might like squeak her way into the finale, but then not win. Oh, I forgot to do stats. Crap. You said you wanted like to know which team got more points, even though it means absolutely nothing. But
pretty sure it's my team.
Draft.
What?
I'll do them as we're talking. Let's talk about Sam.
So that's Jordan. Let's move on to Sam and Cheryl. And I feel like Cheryl always gets like bad teammates.
She made the finale last season.
Who is her partner?
Cody. Well, no, I mean Cheryl joined the show in season 2. She actually won seasons 2 and 3. And she's had like really good partners and she's had some not so good partners, especially recently.
Yeah, like this is not a winning pairing. You know what I mean?
Oh no, like it's abundantly clear he is not the best dancer in this competition, not even close to it. He did seem pretty happy to be there, but like the judges barely gave him any feedback. So I don't know if they're just gonna like continue to not do that until he ends up in the bottom 2 and then just send him home the first time he's there. It just kind of felt like he was like doing the steps. His feet weren't bad at all. He had a foxtrot, by the way. But I just saw like, I didn't really feel anything from this dance.
Yeah, I don't think he's long for the competition either. I think
I don't either.
Next 2 or 3 weeks, I think he's out of here. Well, let's move on. Heidi and Artem with the cha-cha. Pretty good. Better than expected, I would say.
Yeah, a lot of people gave me hell for not picking her on my team. She's on Eric's team. If you can call it. Eric's team, by the way, is called Team No Chance in Hell.
Oh boy.
What happens if they win though? If Heidi or Cheryl win, which probably isn't going to happen, but
Heidi or Sam?
No, he has Heidi and Cheryl. I have Sam.
Oh, okay. What do you think?
There were a lot of things that she did well, but then like the song talked about strutting her stuff and she was just walking. I was like, okay, I was right. It just felt really safe. And I feel like her biggest obstacle is the fact that like, I feel like this entire competition, as long as she's in it, she's just going to be seen as Charlie's mom, and that is not going to bode well for her.
Yeah, basically. I feel like she's...
Oh, yeah. If she wants to win, she has to be Heidi. She can't be Charlie's mom.
She has to... If this was Big Brother, I would say, like, she has to cut.
Just a what?
Like, she has to cut, like, you know, like, eliminate the other person. Like, Heidi's got to get farther than Charlie.
Yeah, that's not happening.
Exactly.
That's her getting the highest score of the night and her mom getting straight sixes.
That's still like total mid-packer. Like that's not awful.
Yeah, that's not bad. I mean, Sam got all fives. She got all sixes. I thought that was pretty fair.
All right,
I don't want to complain about the judges this week.
What about Daniel and Britt for their tango?
Well, I know they mentioned this in the intro package, the communication issues. Definitely understandable.
It's really hard to do. Like, really?
Yeah, apparently Eric has actually worked with Daniel's ASL interpreter, who, by the way, I thought he was pretty hot, but I know he's not competing, so ignore me. First off, those green highlighter costumes, just no.
I thought they were cool. I like that. I thought...
Every time I see shirts that color, I get flashbacks to Sean Spicer, and I do not want that.
I was thinking like mint gum or something.
Okay, that's better than what I was thinking. Now, honestly, like I know a lot of people are going to grade Daniel on a curve because he's deaf. I don't want to do that, and I don't think he wants that. The dance kind of felt like it was all Brit, not enough Daniel. It was still one of the better ones on my team, which doesn't say a whole lot this week. Hey, it only takes one to win. But yeah, like Derek wanted him to move more. I'm just like, yes, 100%. And maybe with Elvis week, he'll do that.
Yeah, he's up there. I think he's, if I was to put like it together a top 5, I would say so far I got him and Jordan so far.
Yeah, I think he'll make it pretty far. I just don't see a winner at this point.
But do you see a winner in Jesse and Alan? Because I don't.
She, for me, was the most underscored dance of the night. I mean, it seemed like she had some fun. I thought the 5s were a little bit ridiculous, but I'm not the judges.
Yeah, I have like no notes here. Like I think she's another early to mid boot.
She wasn't bad, and I feel like, you know, she could do better. Like she got all 5s, which is the same as Sam. I feel like she has way more potential moving forward than Sam does.
All right. What do you think about one of my favorite contestants, Teresa and Pasha? By the way, when they were introducing like the pro, her to the pro, she had no idea who he was.
I mean, Pasha hasn't been on the show for very long, but did she watch the show before she joined it?
Probably, most likely not.
All right. Now, Teresa basically admitted in her intro package that she's only there for the career rehab.
I respect that. You know, most people won't say that out loud, but she's willing to say it. So I give her points there.
Well, clearly it's not going to work very well with some. It basically, like, I didn't expect it to be good, and it really wasn't, admittedly. The judges their comments saying they wanted her to have more passion and take up more space. That translates to, we just want to see you be crazy. And given that
the table, Grace, what more do you want?
I mean, when she was in the bottom two, I mean, I know it's true to Pasha. Pasha's been eliminated second the last 2 seasons in a row. So is it going to be a three-peat? Possibly. I don't think she's not going to make it to Disney night. That's for damn sure. But I think her placement in the bottom two definitely means she is probably going to be the first person gone on your team.
What would be her Disney song?
She's not going to make it there. Don't worry about it.
what Disney song would you assign to her?
Probably one of the villain songs.
I was thinking the same thing. I don't want to be mean, but like there's some really funny options there.
All right, now let's talk about. All right, can we talk about the winner of the season now?
Let's talk about not the winner of the season.
Except he's okay. Let's talk about the lock for the finale.
Talk to me about Wayne.
I have been waiting for this moment for so long. It's been like 2 or 3 years I've been wanting him on the show, and I know I'm not alone in that. Probably for the Alfonso vibes, and he got like a way better crowd reaction than anybody. And he was the best guy of the night, 100%.
We'll see. That's all I can say.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen him dance before, so he's confident, he's smooth, he can move. Len did call him out for overdoing it. And like I could say the same thing about somebody else later on. It works for a cha-cha. It is going to be problematic when he gets to like the ballroom dances where he has to be serious, but he's an actor, so I know he can handle the character just fine. I definitely think he's in it for the long haul.
Let's wait and see. Let's move on to Cheryl and Louie.
Translation, Adam is just so dead set on me not winning for the 5th season in a row.
We got Eric's contestant, Cheryl and Louie. Yeah, this was rough.
Yeah, I mean, I know, first of all, she's 71 years old. She's the oldest this season by quite a bit. And also, we have not seen Louie on the show since Paula Deen was there. And I think many fans try to forget that season. That
was my favorite season.
I love that season, but not.
I love that. That was my first season. That was.
This dance was better than I thought it would be. Carrie Ann called out Louie's choreography. Louie's only really had like 1, maybe 2 good partners since. I mean, he's been on the show since season 1, and he's had that few good partners, which is sad for him. But no, this was better than I thought it would be, but I don't really know how much promise she has going forward, and I don't think she has a shot at winning.
Yeah,
I think the 6 and the 5s kind of speak volume on that.
But you know who also I don't think has much of a shot of winning?
The lowest score of the night.
Yikes. How did they get a 4? Like, was it really that bad?
Well, salsas are supposed to be like fire and sass, and this wasn't it. This was not it. Now I saw a lot of people slamming his technique. Yeah, I saw a lot of people slamming the choreography. I don't want to be mean to Coco. This is her first. Here's the thing with Coco. She's a fabulous contemporary dancer. Ballroom is not her forte. And this was her first ever dance on the show. The first season pros always, like, especially the ones who don't make it very far, always get called out for having, like, choreography. But the judges didn't say anything. Vinny just didn't even look like he was trying that hard.
But he made it. He's still here.
Yeah. I say lowest score of the night, and he wasn't even in the bottom 2.
Let's keep it going.
He'll be there soon enough, I'm sure. But because there's no way in hell that not only, even if he were a good dancer, there's no way that the people that watch this show are going to vote for somebody from Jersey Shore. It's just not going to happen. Snooki was good, and they didn't vote for her.
But will they vote for Shangela and Gleb? Do you like these transitions that I've got going? They're very smooth.
Yeah. I lost track of our tallies.
We're up to Shangela.
Yes, the first ever drag queen on the show.
Yeah, it was very jarring to go from like the drag queen to like out of drag. I was like, oh, there's like a different person.
It's always like that. I mean, I've seen RuPaul in and out of drag several times, so it doesn't faze me that much anymore. But like, I've seen Shangela before, but never out of drag, other than in his TikTok duets with Gleb. And Gleb, I know, was also happy to be part of the first all-man duo. He actually wanted to be Johnny Weir's partner 2 years ago.
Did Shangela win on RuPaul's?
No, but she is a very prominent figure in the drag community. But no, I mean, I know Shangela can work the stage. I've seen it happen before, and the fact that she got a salsa to a Pussycat Doll song was a good thing for her. It was a little bit wild at times. Like I said, very similar to Wayne. The overdoing it, I mean, I know that's part of how drag queens are. Drag queens overperform constantly. But when Shangela gets like a rumba or Viennese waltz, that might be an issue because she's gonna have to like tone it down.
Yeah, that was the word I would think. I was thinking too. It was just a little too much, like it was just wild energy. Like I liked it. I personally think it was one of the best. I would put it in my top 5 of the night so far.
Yeah.
Still one of the best, but just rein it in a little bit. I guess that's not the best thing to say to like a drag queen, but
oh, it's not. But also like I think this is something we've mentioned before. I think that being a drag queen might hurt her in the voting department because there's a lot of people, especially in middle America, that are just never going to get behind a drag queen.
But will they get behind Trevor and Emma? See another one of those transitions. There's a lot of people to talk about here. What do you think about Trevor and Emma?
Trevor and Emma, Dancing with Myself. I always feel so bad when these people get quick steps the first week because they're never good. Definitely there were parts that were sloppy. Len said it was manic, but you kind of have to be manic with this song. I mean, it's Billy Idol. It's hair band. You kind of have to be a little bit manic. It wasn't the complete train wreck that it could have been, but a lot of people thought that he was going to end up in the bottom 2. So I was pretty pleased that he wasn't. Not that it mattered for my team.
All right. Next up, who's up next? Gabby and Val.
My biggest fear.
Your biggest fear? So those Bachelorette people. They come.
Always.
They come. It was a good call picking her for my team. I think I picked her like 3rd, 2nd.
I don't remember.
What did you think of Gabby?
First off, kudos to the band because that arrangement of As It Was, that like big bandish feel, I actually kind of liked it. And I am so sick of this song from hearing it on every TikTok and radio station in the world. So that was a good thing. I had higher hopes. I think I was expecting something better than it was. I didn't love it as much as the judges did. Like I kind of, Val called out her arms in rehearsal for being noodly, but then on stage, like her legs looked really loose. Like they needed to be so much cleaner for jive, in my opinion. But I know, I'm not the dance expert. The judges get paid to do this.
I have no real notes here. I just think she'll be here for a while.
I do too.
All right, Joseph and Daniela up next. Gotta be honest, I was expecting this one to be a little bit better.
I wasn't. Now, I mean, Daniela was really excited to meet him because he's tall and huge. So maybe, I don't know, they can do like the Iman type lift that she did last season if they make it that far.
I don't think
like
so. I think
Trevor, it was, huh?
I don't think they're gonna make it that far. They're mid back.
But very similar to Trevor, it did feel kind of manic, and his feet were very, very sloppy. And even Len said that. Derek said something good about his arms. But I mean, Daniela worked wonders on Iman. Like Iman started off pretty not good and then, soared in Halloween night and ended up winning the show. So maybe Daniela is just a miracle worker.
She's the reigning champion, right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, who's next?
The eliminated contestant, Jason.
Did Jason deserve it?
Probably. I mean, out of the bottom two, this might have been a week where I would have tossed both of them. I would have. Oh no, there are some weeks, especially early on, where I honestly don't care who goes home. And this kind of felt like one of those weeks. I mean, he was the last person I picked. This might be like a personal thing because I know Peta wasn't there last season. Was it just me or did her voice sound like different? It might have just been me.
Probably just you. I don't know. Every time I hear that name, I just think of that joke from Family Guy where Lois says Peter's name, but she takes off the R. She calls him Peta.
Oh God, there was an episode of Super Nanny where they had a mom whose voice sounded a lot like her, and one of her kids' names was Peter. So I kind of got vibes from that every time I hear that.
All right, next up, Selma and Sasha.
We didn't really talk about Jason's dance. I mean, he admittedly said that he was terrible. I didn't think it was the worst dance of the night. And the judges called him out like for obvious heel leads. Like they were blatantly obvious. And like I know they talk about like I know some dances like they want all toes, some dances heels are good. I wasn't really sure like with cha-cha, I think it's pretty much all toes. I don't think there's any heel leads. But like if I can tell there's a heel lead, you got problems. You know what I'm talking about, right?
A little bit, I guess. You
so I mean, I'm not gonna show my feet on camera because that's gross. Like pretend this is your heel, and when and they say a heel lead, like you lead with your heel, like your heel goes down first. If they say a toe lead, your toe goes down first.
Gotcha. That because if you do the heel lead, it probably looks more stompish.
Yeah, and like some dances, heel leads are accurate. Like I know in Foxtrot, you want heel leads, but this was a cha-cha. You pretty much want toes.
All right. Well, next
let's move on to Selma Blair.
Selma Blair. This is the next contestant I would put in my top 5. Really good. Much better than I would have expected. What did you think?
I hate to be the contrarian here. There were quite a few rough spots, which I think might not have been entirely her fault. And I know the judges she's the contestant that the judges will not ever say anything bad to. But there were times where she looked like she was dragging behind Sasha, sometimes that were a little bit stiff. But like until she like outlasts contestants that are better than she is, the judges aren't going to say anything to her.
I really liked her. I think she's going to go far. I don't think she'll win.
She might go far, but I won't be excited about it if she does.
Grace is being a negative Nancy.
I am not a nice person. Go ahead and type your hate tweets now.
Oh, boy. Well, closing out the show, we got Charlie and Mark. My number 1 pick, the first pick of the draft in the pimp spot. Do you think she can win?
I mean, she had the best score of the night by 3 points, which is a lot for week 1. She got all 8s. And I think even when Wayne got an 8, I was surprised because we hadn't seen 8s in the premiere since the Bobby Bones season. Because the judges started lowballing the week 1 scores after that to prevent another situation like that.
For Bobby Bones.
What was that?
For Bobby Bones, they started lowballing it?
Oh, yeah. Like, they started, they wanted to prevent another Bobby Bones situation.
What was the situation with Bobby Bones in week 1?
Well, no, not week 1. It was the situation with him in general on this show. Don't make me say it.
Grace, you made me read his book.
make you read his book. The people that voted for my team made you do that.
Wasn't actually that bad.
I know. I can't stand that guy. Charlie is, technically great. The faces she was making kind of derailed me. And Mark called out her perfectionism, which kind of happens when you grow up as a competitive dancer. And I could tell in the dance, like, she has to unlearn a little bit of that. I'm still not convinced she can win because, like, the Gen Z stars, even if they're fabulous, never do well. Like, Zendaya didn't win. JoJo Siwa didn't win. So I don't know if she can. Plus, a lot of people think she's a plant, which she totally is. So I don't know how popular she'll be with, like, the 40-year-old women who are more likely to vote for Wayne Brady.
I didn't even know Zendaya was on Dancing with the Stars.
Who? Yeah, Zendaya. She came in second to Kelly Pickler.
Dang. She was probably robbed.
I mean, Kelly's freestyle was fabulous. And she had Derek, and Derek always wins. But also, like, Derek and Mark are best friends. I mean, I know everybody knows that. But, like, every tweet I saw was like, yes, Mark is back. Yes, Mark has an awesome partner. They're going to go super far, and they will. Like, Derek, a lot of people
Mark
already think
always has good partners. He had Lindsey Sterling. He had the US, the
Paige. He also had Bristol Palin, so twice.
But I think he's in this for the long. He's always goes deep.
Yeah, and this year will be no exception. I think at this point, a lot of people think that she and Wayne are locks for the Final Four. I think it's a little early to say, but I still am not 100% convinced that Charlie can win. But
well, those are the contestants. Do you have any news for the coming week?
Well, first off, the elimination. The bottom two were Jason and Peta and Teresa and Pasha. All of the judges voted to save Teresa. I probably either would have sent them both home or maybe sent Vinny home, but I don't think he or Teresa are going to make it to Disney night anyway.
Teresa is a legend, Grace. You got to stop knocking her down. They had a whole South Park episode about her. This was a lot of that episode.
Talent of our generation.
You hate her because you ain't her.
No, I don't hate her because I ain't her. I just hate the Real Housewives.
This was good.
I always have.
That South Park episode, I had such vibes from between Teresa and Vinny. I was like,
my big issue with Teresa surviving over Jason, like I said, I probably would have sent them both home given my druthers, but
not Teresa. She's got to win.
No. Yeah, you cannot be at the bottom two the first week and win.
I will vote for her until she goes home.
Last 2 seasons, if you're in the bottom two the first week, you go home next week.
We don't need this energy here, Grace.
No, like the thing is, I feel like Jason like really wanted to be there, and Teresa's only in it for the career rehab. So that was my issue with her surviving. But she also probably makes for better TV. So, or this isn't even TV. This is streaming.
Well, I guess we'll see. What's coming up?
All right. Next week is Elvis night, and I'm trying very hard to get Adam to get an Elvis wig.
There's no wig.
Or at least do an Elvis impression for the intro.
I mean, if Teresa goes home, I'll like do the whole blanket situation, the sunglasses.
You have 6 other couples on your team. Oh, by the way, stats. My team had 163 points. Your team had 174.
Boom.
Again, it is a winner-take-all draft. It only takes one to win, so that means absolutely nothing.
174 to, what was that other number?
163.
It's 11 points.
All right, big deal. All right, so anyway, next week is
It's a big deal.
Anyway.
We are not going to have another repeat of these past couple of years. Yeah, years at this point.
Adam is just bitter because I've won 4 drafts in a row and he hasn't. All right, so next Monday
Fritz was robbed.
Who was robbed?
Fritz. You didn't even deserve that one.
I know, but I'll take it. That's what happens when you get comfy. Anyway, so Monday night on Disney Plus, it is Elvis night. Alfonso's already got his blue suede shoes. which, by the way, nobody is doing that song, shockingly enough. And the evening's going to be split into 3 chronological acts. The first act is his early days in rock music. The second is his movie era. And the third is his Vegas era. So I don't know exactly the timeline of the performances. A lot of people are already making speculations, but they also probably know Elvis's history more than I do. And yes, by the way, Adam actually knows who Elvis Presley is, or was. He's been dead longer than we've been.
Why is that a surprise?
Because you don't know who Wayne Brady is.
I think more people would know who Elvis is than Wayne Brady, Grace.
Well, I mean, I know I'm showing my age here, but my first intro to Elvis was the Lilo and Stitch soundtrack.
Yikes.
All right. Anyway, so they're all Elvis songs. This list is alphabetical. Hey, see? I have a fan. Thank you, Eric. Shangela's not going to win, though, but I'll take the draft win. Anyway, Joseph and Daniela will perform a Viennese waltz to If I Can Dream. The only place I've ever heard that song, this is a total throwback, was the first ever Idol Gives Back episode. Celine Dion sang this song with an Elvis hologram, and it was really creepy.
All right, keep going.
All right. Selma and Sasha will perform a jive to Jailhouse Rock.
Okay.
Please tell me you know that song.
Of course I know that song. You think I don't know this music?
You made a face like, I don't know.
No, because I was thinking for poor Selma, like that sounds, it's going to be hard.
I mean, this is Elvis week. There's a lot of jives. There's 4 jives and there's 4 quick steps. I knew there was going to be. Speaking of jives, Wayne and Whitney also have a jive to Burn in Love.
I don't know that. I'm kidding. Of course I know that song, Grace.
Oh my God, you're killing me over here.
I said I know that song. I know these songs.
Maybe I'll die and meet Elvis. I don't know. All right. Anyway, Sam and Cheryl will perform a Viennese waltz to Heartbreak Hotel.
Dun, 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 dun.
That is, I mean, I know that it's in triple. It's in like 6/8, but it's like a fast triple. It's like da 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 da. Like, I hope Sam can keep up with that. Either that or they're gonna slow the song down, and I'm just gonna be like, Anyway, Charlie and Mark will perform a quick step to Bossa Nova Baby.
I don't know that song.
Nova, Bossa Nova. You've heard it probably. Heidi and Artem will perform a foxtrot to Suspicious Minds.
Of course.
Yeah. Jesse and Alan will perform a foxtrot to Trouble.
Trouble.
Not that one.
There's like 500
the only times I've ever actually, I don't think I've ever heard the Elvis version, but Carrie Underwood and Lauren Elena both performed this song when they were on Idol.
Trouble. Yes, trouble. What's that song?
That's Pink. That's Pink.
How many troubles can I go for? That was 2.
Too many.
Trouble in Paradise.
All right. We're going to get copyright strikes.
No one's going to copyright strike my beautiful voice.
I've seen people get copyright strikes for singing Happy Birthday. Anyway, Trevor and Emma will perform the only rumba of the night to Always on My Mind.
I really don't like that song.
I mean, it's a corny song.
No, like,
hey, we need a slow dance, break things up. Because we got all these like fast songs. And I mean, I get that that's Elvis. Daniel and Britt will perform a jive to King Creole.
Okay.
Somebody did that song a couple years ago. I don't remember who though. Teresa and Pasha's Swan Song. They will perform a jive to All Shook Up.
Yikes.
Ian Ziering. Look it up. I know we're not supposed to say his name because Cheryl hates him, but that dance was awesome. Vinny and Coco will perform a quick step to Viva Las Vegas.
Viva Las Vegas. Viva.
Right. Cheryl and Louie will perform a tango to A Little Less Conversation. I'm surprised they're even doing that. Oh, no, I've seen a joke that song was released as a single after Elvis died because it's so bad it would have killed him.
Very nice.
Which is a terrible joke. Shangela and Gleb will also perform a quick step to Shake, Rattle, and Roll.
I don't know that one.
I mean, it's the Elvis version is not the original.
Okay.
Jordan and Brandon will also do a quick step to Hound Dog, which is a song that we kind of have to have on Elvis night.
That'll probably be my song.
All right, and the last one, Gabby and Val will perform a Viennese waltz.
Wise men
Can't help falling in love.
say, of course.
I don't know. I feel like I was looking. I know I'm going to show my age here, but I was trying to think of 15 Elvis songs, and I'm like, what songs do we like have to have in here? And I'm like, that, because we need a slow dance. Hound Dog had to be in there, and then probably Jailhouse Rock, but like, it's like kind of a hard balance because like Elvis has such an iconic catalog.
Are they doing like the Haley Reinhart version or the Gina Irene?
They're probably going to do the original. Like it's not Haley Reinhart week, it's Elvis week. When Haley Reinhart has a catalog as iconic as Elvis's, we'll talk. It's probably never going to happen, but.
Well, I guess otherwise, anything else from the week or from anything like that?
The only other news is that The Voice is apparently getting a spring season which means the American Song Contest is probably going to end up getting canceled, which is a surprise to very few people. And it's unconfirmed, but apparently the Traitor is going to be back on. So I'm back to hating her. Yay.
Well, otherwise.
Oh, yeah. She got her Walk of Fame. Well, sorry, she bought her Walk of Fame. Sorry, you have to pay for those things now.
Really?
But apparently, I didn't watch the ceremony, but I heard like Randy Jackson was like looking really rough.
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, like when he was on Idol earlier this year, like he looked like unhealthily thin. He now has a cane. Apparently, at one point, he was like leaning on Simon Cowell. So I don't know. People are concerned for him.
All right. Well, otherwise, Grace, always a pleasure to talk to you. We'll be back next week, hopefully with another one of your draft members on the chopping board. Chopping.
And I want to see an Elvis wig on your head.
You are going to be disappointed, Grace.
Well, I'm not. See, normally I'm the extra one, but I'm not getting an Elvis wig. What am I going to do with it afterwards?
Put it on a mannequin? I don't know.
How am I going to get a mannequin?
Maybe like one of those like wig heads that people put their wigs on. I
wonder if Priscilla's going to be there because Priscilla was actually on Dancing with the Stars several years ago.
We'll see. But where can we find you, Grace?
In a hole. Drowning in work in grad school. Also at reality2_Grace on Twitter. And running our podcast page at Reality Hour Pod, which Eric, if you're watching this, you really need to link that into our YouTube channel.
And you can find me at Adam's Soapbox and getting ready for some holidays. It's Jewish holiday time, so.
At the wig store.
I think I might. A few years ago, I think I went to Comic-Con and I bought a wig for like a Steve from Stranger Things cosplay. I think I might still have that somewhere in my house.
Did that work?
What?
Did that work?
It was like a mullet kind of deal.
Yeah, maybe. Or maybe at least put on a leather jacket.
I don't have leather. Grace, let's talk next week. To our viewers, stuck around. Thanks so much. And see you next week.
Good night.
Bye.